and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am M.W. Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man that is currently wearing some Yoda PJs. It's Norbert Morvan.
You know, Mark, I'm okay, you're okay, and that there's what it is.
I love him so much. Holly Hunter. I gotta tell you, Norbert, so Nick Cage gets the love for this movie because he's Nick Cage. But I recently had to write an article for Rotten Tomatoes about the best movies released on Christmas, and Broadcast News is one of the top 10 released money awards. Holly Hunter is amazing in that movie, and I'm not using hyperbole. I love her in that movie. And then this one, we're talking about Raising Arizona in case you didn't know. But yeah, so
yes.
I was watching the scene where Frances McDormand's first looking at the baby, and she is just talking over Holly Hunter, and just watch the movie again. And just watch her reactions to Frances McDormand. It is just perfection. She is so good in this movie. I mean, Ed, just to the right. Like, she's just so... Oh,
Ed,
man.
That's your hat. Turn to the left. Show us the tattoo again.
My fiance.
Yeah, my fiance left me. Oh, I'm so sorry, Edwina.
Oh, I love that.
Beautiful.
Her and Frances McDormand went to Yale. They have a master's program in acting there.
Makes sense. I've never seen Holly Hunter be the reason why movie XYZ is bad.
It's a great point.
Even in the insane 6-hour director's cut version of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice Boogaloo 2 on the fence, she's just there with the jar of pee, and she adds such gravitas to that scene, and when she plays the senator, just brilliant in everything.
That's a great point that you made too. Is Holly Hunter has never made anything bad. She had a TV show, I guess, that people really liked that was on for a while. My wife Megan loves it. I mean, I'm telling you, and even during the driving scenes in this movie, where she's son of a bitch, oh, that son of a bitch. It just when she's driving though, the two of them are talking, and then Nick Cage goes, "Hey, take a left here, son. Take a left here, honey, please." But her driving and acting was, I mean, I'd put it in the top 10.
Her reactions are spectacular, man. We're a family unit now. Everything's changed. The way she does that thing with her mouth. Yep. It's changed. And how she's so catty. She's so catty when John Goodman and William Forsythe.
But she's right. Rampage. She's right.
There's nothing wrong with what she's saying. Yeah. And she's just super catty. Y'all gonna have to make yourselves scarce. We're having some decent folks over. Catty before it was a thing.
You got some fine cereal here. But no, she never took it easy on him either. It got annoying to me when Goodman and Forsythe were just going at H.I. because who wears the pants? Well, I mean, she's the one who should be annoyed. Like, these guys, and I love that they're watching opera, by the way, when they come home to the house and they're just sitting there staring.
And they're not just watching opera, completely enraptured and absorbed, drunk off their ass watching opera. In the way that people used to turn on that fish heads rolling and just zone out and look at it. This is how deep they're really articulate too. They are not stupid.
No.
They're dumb.
I love that, like, so many engagements, so many social engagements. Oh, they gotta get the diptych. But I gotta tell you, I really think that when people talk about this movie, right, they talk about the Coen brothers, they talk about Barry Sonnenfeld's cinematography, which you can see a lot of Sam Raimi in. Yeah. They talk about just all the little characters, the Harbinger of Death, what Randall Tex Cobb, Leonard Smalls driving around. But all this stuff that I've been reading, nobody gives love to Holly Hunter. Now, she was supposed to be in the Coen brothers' first film, Blood Simple, but then she couldn't do it, and then they brought her into this one. But I don't know. The more I watch this movie, the more I just appreciate her performance, because Nick Cage has his hair, right? His Woody Woodpecker hair that fluctuates.
The tattoo.
Yeah, the tattoo, the hair, and it's just the running scenes, all that. But I'm telling you, I think she's better in this, and because she's not trying to eat the camera. Does that make sense? Like, she's not. Mugging.
Man. The phrase tends to be chewing scenery. She's not, and she's not a big person either. But she's commanding when she starts talking in that voice, and she's just looking people in the eye. H.I., we are supposed to be a family unit.
Yep.
So and Nicolas Cage is trying to turn over a new leaf and not being the guy who's constantly robbing convenience stores. And she's the one, go back up there and get that baby. I want a baby. They got too much to handle. I want a baby, H.I. I want a baby.
Yep.
It's her idea. And the way that the movie propels her character forward, it's all character decision. She's completely broken once she finds out that she's barren and that her insides are a rocky place where his seed could find no purchase.
Yeah.
This breaks her because she has always been on the right side of the law. She has always done the right thing. You know, because it's the Reagan era, she's not quote unquote promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? She is only doing it with her fiance.
Yeah.
And she is a decorated officer. So when this happens and she sees all of these people succeeding and she can't, she says, you know what? It's time to break bad. I want that baby. I want that baby. And you got to listen to your wife, man. Happy wife, happy life. You know what that is. You know it.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And and Nick Cage, he's kind of, I think his character's warm, is friendly, but he's kind of a pushover because, you know, Goodman and Gale and Evel show up and they kind of tell him what to do. She sort of tells him what to do. He's kind of a lost soul. Would you say, like a sensitive? He's just not
100%.
for this world. And I read something funny. Someone sort of they sort of said his dialogue harkened back to Flannery O'Connor. And I'm actually a big Flannery O'Connor fan. I love Southern Gothic. You know, I was a lit major. That's why I moved to Korea for work. But it's just hearing him talk, just that dialogue, and just so he's this guy who he's like this super sensitive. I think he could almost be in like Oliver Twist or Great Expectations. Just a sensitive dude who speaks well, but he just can't get his stuff straight.
He cannot get his shit together. That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
He really can't. He comes out of jail. You know, he's motivated by love, his love for Edwina to turn his life around.
Yeah.
So he comes out of jail and he decides, okay, I'm going to turn my life around for this woman. And then once he gets the job, the first thing he says, this job, it's kind of like prison, except at the end of the day, there's Edwina and a check at the end of the week. So he knows what time it is. He knows what's going on. He would like to do better, and he would like to be a good person. But again, he even says, I'm not a three-piece suit guy. You know, his family, my family is a bunch of frontiersmen.
Yeah.
So he's got his opinion. He knows the way things should be, and he knows what is right and what is wrong. Most of the characters in this movie know the difference between right and wrong, you know, except for maybe Tex, John Goodman, and Forsythe. They kind of lean toward the dark side. But even then, nobody really wants to kill the baby.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to love this baby. Everybody needs something to love. And that is that's one of the themes of this, that people need togetherness. People are trying to make something out of this dark world where they just need money, 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 money all the time. And it's beautiful, man.
And what's crazy too about Leonard Smalls, I want to get into his powers in a little bit. I mean, I don't know if he's lying or not, but he hunts down people, it brings them back. Well, he does kill animals, but then he also he's a tracker. But then he wants to get the baby. If he doesn't get his money, he's going to sell it to the black market because that's what he went for back in the 50s for $30,000. And at
Which
the
was
end,
a lot of money at that time, yeah.
When he blows up, you see his face, and Nick Cage says sorry, and you feel for that. Like, I know this is crazy, but the Coens filmed that to make you feel for the guy. At least to me, they just kept the camera on his face, and I'm sorry. Like Nick, I think H.I. was sorry that he murdered this man. He had to.
Listen, H.I. will tell you many times, it's not armed robbery, felony assault if the gun's not loaded. And that's why he keeps going in and out of jail, because he robs every convenience store in the area twice a day, but he never loads the gun.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't actually want to hurt anybody. He's just trying to live, you know. For what it's worth, John Goodman comes up to him, hey, man, we're going to rob an actual bank and, like, get some money. You know, we're going to make some real money. We know that you're partial to robbing convenience stores, but the sun don't rise and set on the corner grocery, H.I. So let's go. Let's get this money. And he's not about that.
No.
He's not trying to be rich. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're right. He would be happy. Like, if he had an Airstream, he would feel like that's a mansion.
Oh, yeah. Early on in the movie, he and Edwina, they're sitting there literally just sitting down watching the sunset. That is beautiful, man. They don't want stuff. They want just enough to be happy.
And I think that's what some people need. That's all they need.
Yeah. Most of us are just looking to live. No, not everybody wants to be Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? Most people just want to be Jim from The Office.
Yeah. Do some art, act a little miserable, play some pranks.
This is it, man. We just want to relax and calm down, man.
And you know what's interesting too about Nathan Arizona Sr. is he could have been the stereotypical Christmas Vacation, that kind of boss.
Yeah.
You know what I like? There's some tiny character moments in this movie, and we maybe a little later we can talk about our favorite moments. But they're sitting there, he and his wife, and they hear a noise upstairs. He's like, "Oh, that sounds like." He's sitting there with Florence. He goes, "That sounds like Baby Junior." Or I forget
Larry.
Yeah, it sounds like Larry. That's what it is. They know. Look at my notes, by the way. It looks like a madman wrote these, Norbert. No wonder.
That is a conspiracy theory sheet if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, if someone found this, if I put him away. But they they hear a noise and they're like, "Oh, that sounds like Larry."
Mm-hmm.
And okay, that's good screenwriting.
It is.
And I mean it's 101, but no one really does it. So is it 101? But they right? Just give me. This movie isn't complicated, but it's well written in it. All right, I digress. But no, just he knows his kids immediately. I love the following day when everyone's at his house asking him all these questions, and you would be annoyed. What was he wearing? I don't know, Baby Yodas. Baby Yodas and shit.
He's wearing jammies, with Baby Yodas and shit. No leaves. What do you mean no leaves? Everyone knows that everyone leaves microbes and whatnot. You're the federal BI.
Oh, federal BI. What a beautiful line. Oh, yeah, I wrote that down. Oh, man. If I couldn't even read it.
You point to the dialogue. If you look at the Coen brothers' filmography, it seems pretty obvious that this is where all that dialogue that ends up crackling in Fargo and the rest of their movies, this is where it begins. This is where they really get the grasp of Americana. Because Blood Simple's just dark.
Yeah, noir.
Blood Simple is proto-bound, that movie with
Gershon.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a prototype for Bound and the Quentin Tarantino stuff. Just dark. But here is where you get that "Oh brother, where art thou" type dialogue, that Fargo dialogue that comes later. And it's so floral and it's so descriptive, There's what's rat and there's what's rat and never the twain shall meet. What the hell does that mean? But you get it.
Mm-hmm. And it never feels precious to me. I hate. So I've been watching a lot of movies lately, Norbert, for year-end stuff, and who knows when this is coming out. But for Oscar, it's cool. I love it. I'm in that position, so you got to do it. You got to be responsible. But some of these contenders, the dialogue, man, is just so precious, and you're following these 40-something-year-olds who are absolutely horrible people. They treat their children terribly, and at the end, they're like, "Oh, hey, I think I'm just a terrible person." So it's just. It's cool. Cool.
They look at the camera and they're like, "Did you get it? That was the point of the movie. Did you get it? Did you get it? I just said it. Did you get it?"
And the dialogue in it is just I want to fist fight all of you. And so this though, I mean, all right. This is the ending monologue where he's talking about his dream and the kids, and he thought he saw these people going back to jail, and where they'll be set either way because they'll have money or be in jail with food.
Right.
Because no one's fighting John Goodman. Jeez Louise, he's a beast in this.
No one.
And Oh Brother. But I should say, oh yeah, Oh Brother, he's big. But I got a little teared up. I did when he's talking about his life and with her, and I mean they're two kind of broken people, and they're probably bad. So she pushed him to do that, but he let her do that. So it's not either one's fault. So they're gonna have to figure that out. They're gonna have to do this. But just hearing him talk about maybe and his dreams of having a family, and man, it never feels precious, precocious. It does. I know Ebert hated it, but for some reason, I just love this dialogue. If it doesn't feel cutesy, it doesn't feel. I don't know. If for some reason, when I watch Lady Killers, their remake of Lady Killers, the Coen brothers, I remember enjoying it. I liked the oddball cast that they had. I thought it was very interestingly cast. But for some reasons, when the dialogue came out of Hanks, I think, no, so in Captain Phillips, I think Hanks has turned in some of the best performance. Like, there's moments in Captain Phillips where it blows my mind. I watch News of the World. He's really good in that. But watching him say that dialogue felt kind of cute to me. Come at me for that. He's a 2-time Oscar winner who's like in a national treasure.
No, I know what you mean. The vibe at the time when The Lady Killers came out was, yeah, this movie's funny, but it feels like they're trying really hard.
Yeah.
A movie like Raising Arizona. Not that people were saying it was trying to be like Raising Arizona, but that's the vibe they were going for. They were going for farce.
Yeah.
They were going for Marx Brothers. And the laugh, it was a lot. Yeah. It was a lot coming out of Hanks. I agree.
When something becomes like, it just felt precious, and then that makes it feel inorganic, and then that takes you out of the movie, and you just don't like the characters. So it's at the time it was a big deal, but I just think their two sensibilities maybe don't meet. That's where a Steve Buscemi, that's where John Turturro, Tim Blake Nelson, George Clooney. Josh Brolin, I think those types of people really gel with their stuff because they seem to have do you kind of have to come across as dumb, but you're smart? Like, remember Marge Gunderson in Fargo? She's very, very smart, but just her, don't you know, you sleep on her.
It's the folksy Americana that this movie gets, These people are not murderers for the most part, except for Leonard Smalls, you figure. They're not evil. They're just trying to live in the best way that they can without hurting people, unless they absolutely have to. Edwina only breaks bad when she sees that she's been doing everything right. She's trying to have this baby, and, her insides are a barren place where high seed can find no purchase. And then she turns on the TV, and this rich dude has 5 kids. What the hell's going on, man?
Yeah.
You know what? I want my piece of the American pie. I've worked hard.
And that's organic.
That's it. And that's why this movie comes off as so natural. And honestly, that's probably why at the time when the movie came out during the Reagan era, it's like, well, what are you complaining about? This movie's not funny. Why is the camera doing all this weird stuff? Because 87 is around the time when comedies like Caddyshack had came out 7 years prior. And so it was all of those rich people versus poor people type movies coming out.
Trading Places. Actually, that was good, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Rich versus not.
Right. So, slobs versus snobs. That was the genre.
Revenge of the Nerds and Meatballs and that
slobs
kind of stuff.
Versus snobs. Right. So these people, they're not rich, but they're not. I mean, they're barely not poor, but they should be okay. What are you complaining about? Get your bootstraps and pull on them. And so people just were not about this movie in 87. But thank God, times change, opinions change, and this is one of the greatest comedies of all time. Easily.
So here are the 87 comedies. Oh, no, you know what? Before we get into 87 comedies, kind of tell me about your history with it, man, because I let you recommend this. You turned in an excellent list of films, but this was number one. So I don't think you did it in any order, but maybe subconsciously you just Raising Arizona came first off the top of your head. So what's your history with it? Like, what led you to it? What did you think the first time you saw it?
Well, once again, this movie comes out in 1987. I'm a child in New York City, and I did not see this in the theater. Where did I see it? It's something I've mentioned many times in all of these podcasts. WPIX Channel 11, Saturday afternoon. This is one of those movies that used to just always come on a loop, and it was always hilarious. And because it's not really vulgar, they didn't have to edit too much out for it to play on commercials.
Yeah.
The scenes in this movie, they just grab you. You were talking about character moments, right? So one of the funniest part in this movie, the reason why I will always watch this when it came on, I would always watch this when it came on TV, is because when Glenn comes in, he's decent. Glenn's supposed to be decent.
Yeah.
And Glenn brings over his wife and these just 5 demonic children. And he just lets them run roughshod over the house. Buford's a sly one, right? Buford. So Buford knows his ABCs, right? And he writes fart on the wall, and the look on his face is just, duh. And he's dirty. And his mouth is hanging open. And he says, Buford's a sly one, because he knows the ABCs, Sam McMurray. And he goes, think fast! And just throws, like, rocks at him or something. And H.I. is just, what the hell is going on? That movie, I rewind that part every time I watch it. Because is Buford a sly one? because he knows his ABCs or because he has feline quickness? Like, what is going on?
They're those feral children. The quick feral children.
Exactly. And so, The Simpsons doesn't come out for another 2 years because this is 87. And this is a type of comedy that was not being done. You know, no laugh track. The funny stuff was, did you get it? Because we're not going to explain it to you. It's just, did you get it? And what a lot of people don't understand is that 87, we are just deep into half-hour situation comedy where everything turns out great in the end. Yay! And it's just bland. And you don't know any better. And then this movie comes along, and this is a smart movie that still holds up. And every single one of the actors in this movie has gone on to do brilliant stuff. Even Nicolas Cage, who's insane.
Man, Mandy recently in Color Out of Space. Oh, I crushed those. But that fart moment, Norbert, I've been tagging fart on things for years now. Everywhere I go. I do. I really do. And it's just, okay, Mike Judge was saying, the guy who created, Mike Judge, Beavis and Butthead. And
yeah.
So he said, he was with all of his really intellectual friends one night. And they were just being people that you and I would hate to be around because they're just being super sarcastic and smart. But they're watching the Sir Mix-a-Lot video. And
ironically.
Then, yeah, exactly. But then Mike Judge goes, that's a huge inflatable butt. And everyone just started laughing. Like, the butt joke got the biggest laugh of the night. Yeah. So then that led him to think about, like, Beavis and Butthead and then King of the Hill. Like, it like, this one moment informed him. So in this really smart movie with really eloquent, not flowery, what's the word?
I would say descriptive.
I
would say poetic even.
Yeah, poetic, Flannery O'Connery. There's a bit of South in there, even though it's Phoenix. It's the scene, he wrote fart on a wall. And then later on, when Leonard Smalls...
Yeah, he just stares up.
He comes to the trailer and he just stares at fart. It's beautiful. And I'm telling you, man, I write fart everywhere on stuff. And also I call people Mad Dog a lot as a joke. In this movie, she's like, "You Mad Dog," like, just saying that. I wonder if that's where that came from. Because for me, so this is one of my favorite films because this sounds weird, but when I was younger, there weren't many characters like H.I. There weren't many characters. And so I never got, like, the slobs versus jocks. Like, I wasn't either one of those guys. And so when I watch Say Anything, like when you learn that Lloyd Dobler is a nice dude, but he can kick you in the face, or H.I., he's this super nice dude, but he's kind of troubled. But he's nice, but he's troubled. Yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he is.
So I kind of connected with H.I. as a kid because I just was like, well, I'm not Biff, and then I'm not Meatball kids.
Right.
I'm not like the super preppy kids from Hughes's movies. Like,
right.
Like Breakfast Club, I was none of those kids.
I definitely was not.
Yeah.
I guess I was Anthony Michael Hall because I was nerdy.
Yeah, but it's like I was none of. Maybe I was all of them combined, like all of them. But it's just. But while watching, like, I don't know, I like this character because it was just something different for me. It wasn't sarcastic. It wasn't super actiony. I don't know. I didn't watch this when I was 5. I watched this probably when I was like 11, 12. And at that time, I was like, man, I like this guy. Who is this guy? I couldn't put words to it yet, but I was drawn towards that character. Just because it was something different. Like, his entire chase scenes to get his kids Huggies. And he loses. Brilliant. Yeah. He loses his Huggies and he goes into a grocery store to get more Huggies. And it's just, I don't know. I like the character a lot. And I think this movie's bench is strong. You have the scene where John Goodman and Gail and Evel, they go rob a bank, stay still, or get down. Well, we don't know what to do, son. Or you have the...
Which one is it? Yeah. You want us to stay still or you want us to get down? We're going to have to move.
Where are the tellers at? Well, we're laying down. And then the one guy's like, oh, bullshit. And then they come back.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That's the old man who explains how to put a diaper on. Well, it's pretty self-explanatory.
And then Glenn, right? Boy, you got panties on your head. But then Glenn, too, when he has that neck brace on, when he rings the doorbell and he scurries downstairs. There's so... The bench in this movie is... Isn't there a guy talking about crawdads in the beginning? What was he talking about on the thing?
Dude, I wanted to bring that up because thank you so much. when you keep talking about the dialogue, this man is in prison. He's H.I.'s cellmate. And H.I., because the reason why you identify with H.I. is because you can tell, right? Sam McMurray, not a good person. Not just because he's the boss, not just because he's a swinger who thinks it's appropriate to just ask a dude you just met to have sex with his wife, okay? But because he does all of these awful little things. Why does he keep telling the quote-unquote Polak jokes, which unfortunately was a big deal in the 80s?
Yep.
Like, how many does it take to screw in a light bulb? Why is there a submarine on a Polish? Why is there a screen door on a Polish submarine? Like, why are we telling these jokes?
Mm-hmm.
H.I. is not a racist. H.I. is not a murderer. H.I. is not homicidal. He's not a sociopath. He does what he has to do. And so this old man in his cell and when there was no meat, we ate fowl. And when there was no fowl, we ate crawdad. And when there was no crawdad to be found, we ate sand. And H.I.'s like, sand? Like, really? Sand? Because he was really paying attention.
He's listening.
Yeah. Like, yes, sand. And then he just keeps going. Mama would throw the live crawdad in a pan of boiling water. The one day, I decided to make my own crawdad. And I threw it in a pot without the water, you see? And it was just like making popcorn, you see? And I was like, oh my God. Yes.
And H.I.'s listening.
H.I.'s just with it. He's just, I understand and I feel you. And I have genuine empathy and love for humanity. And I want you to be okay because there's what's right and there's what's right and never the twain shall meet. And I'm okay and you're okay. And that there's what it is. These are his axioms. These are his mantras.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. And I always feel bad for him when he's around. Well, I think Gale is bad news, but Evil, William Forsythe. William Forsythe is also slept on a lot. No one ever talks about him in this movie. And he's
brilliant.
Is that the diptych? And he's drunk. Like, so while Goodman's watching opera, Goodman does a big look. You see it. But Forsythe is playing it as really drunk, but still really watching. He underplays it. It's kind of like a Holly Hunter, Nick Cage type vibe, where it's interesting the dynamics with both them. But then he's in the bathroom holding the little baby's ears while the fight scene happens, and he's generally worried about the little tyke on the car. He's not.
No one wants that baby to be harmed, let alone die.
Mm-hmm.
No one. When they think that they left the baby on the roof, they pull the Mitt Romney, and they just scream for 60 seconds and punch the car. We ain't never gonna leave you behind. We ain't never gonna give you up. They just realize, oh, we actually love this kid. We're not gonna ransom him. We're gonna keep him. Everybody,
forever and ever.
Forever and ever. We ain't never gonna let him go.
Hey, before we go on break, what's the better fake birthing scene? The Ace Ventura out of the rhino's butt in Ace Ventura 2, or John Goodman pulling his brother out, or the John Goodman and his brother coming out of the mud, just screaming.
It's got to be John Goodman, because not only is he giving the birth cry to the incredible thunder and rain downpour, he pulls his brother out by his feet, and his brother doesn't even breathe until he gets his head completely out of the ground. Oh my God, it's iconic, man. It's a great scene.
Oh, I love that movie. So much yelling, and it's beautiful. All right, so how about this? Go for it.
Real quick. I was just gonna say, is that pomade? The pomade. They break out. They come out through the sewer pipe, and then there's just pomade in the bathroom. They don't have any money. Was that just there? Is that just a thing?
Yeah. What did their hair look like in prison?
Well, they were pretty well kept in prison. It's just, they broke out because they felt that the institution had nothing further to offer them. You see?
Do you think they went back because it's just a dream sequence?
No, I'm pretty sure that they just went back because they were going to get caught.
Yeah. I guess that's less of a sentence, right? If you actually go, all right, you got me.
End of the day, you get 3 hots in a cot in jail.
Yep. And Goodman, and it seems like a pretty chill jail from what we've seen.
Dude.
And you don't want to mess with Goodman. I mean, that guy, he can lift a 200-pound man by his foot out of the ground with one arm.
Dude,
so
easily. And in prison, a spirited camaraderie exists amongst the men, like in combat or on a pro sports team. Yeah. So yeah, you want to go back.
I love it. All right, so hey, let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk more Raising Arizona. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I just started laughing a little bit because on IMDb, we were talking about the nice man at the grocery store, but in the credits, his name is Nice Old Grocery Man. And
That's awesome.
The cellmate that we liked, he's ear-bending cellmate. But I just want to talk about one thing. I want to talk about the fight inside the trailer.
Thank you. I was going to bring that up too.
That is not a long fight. But during that fight, there's a flip, there's a head bonk, there's a gut punch, there's a trip, there's a gnarly knuckle scratch on the roof, there's a smash wall, there's a window smashed by an elbow, there's a cabinet putting a hole through it with a fist, there's a smack and spin, there's, oh gosh, when he starts pulling his nose and fish hooking him, there's nothing worse than a fish hook. And then there's a crash lamp, and then he gets thrown through a wall.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
There's wire work involved, because it's just a bonkers little fight.
There it is.
I mean, but you know what's really... So this is what gets me the most. H.I. flips Gale.
Yes, he does.
It's like judo. Like that. So a geek off the street, if I'm going to quote Young Guns, couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So H.I. knows something. Because you don't just do that to John Goodman.
Okay. Now here we go. Again, right? These are Americana just coming off of the Dukes of Hazzard TV show, Good Old Boys.
Mm-hmm.
They might not run around with the stars and bars, but they know what time it is. They will mess you up. Okay? So, and H.I., as we know, he goes to jail every 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So even though within the prison, there is a general spirited camaraderie, like in combat or a pro sports team, you got to defend yourself sometimes, you know? Right is right. And there's what it is. That's why he punches Glenn in the face. So he definitely knows how to handle himself in a close quarter combat situation. 100%.
Those wiry guys you got to watch out for. I was a bouncer for years. And you could always peg the wiry one that you're like, I hope that guy doesn't start anything tonight because that's going to hurt my back. Like,
I made the decision real quick when I first saw Hoffmeyer. He must be a friend. That guy would choke me up real fast.
But I learned, so the big guys, they get cocky, right? They get some beers in them, they get cocky. I get two of them into a headlock. You just get them out of there because they're just not suspecting that. But then there's these wiry country guys so at Florida State, it was in Tallahassee, but Florida's super country. I don't know if you ever went to Florida. I know you're from I don't know if you're from New York. And
Daytona Beach spring break, brother.
Yeah, oh gosh. But in surrounding Tallahassee, there's a bunch of kind of country area, and you get these kind of country boys coming in. And I was like, this is going to be a heck of a night. This is you always know you're going to have to get into a bunkhouse brawl with a few, and they're tough, man. They're kind of HIs, I guess.
Well, the thing about it is, when you're in these fights, you know that the ceiling is not 12 it's taller than you. So you're not going to scrape your knuckles against the popcorn ceiling, man. Oh. So you know what, if it's got to go down, you're going to rear naked choke some guy, and you're going to collect your bouncer pay and move on.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what's wild? I've never scraped my knuckles on a popcorn ceiling, but when he does that, it's like those horror movies where they pull your fingernails. I feel it.
Visceral. It's visceral. It's same. Every time I see that, I go, oh God, ow. And I rub my hands together. It looks so painful.
I have no idea what that feels like, but I feel like I've had similar things happen to my hand, if that makes sense.
I would imagine it would be like in that scene of Bloodsport where they dip their hands in glue and then glass, but without the glue or the wrapping.
Yeah.
That's what I figure it's like. And then the popcorn ceiling, it potentially has asbestos, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you're already in the Arizona desert, where they were testing all the nukes. So these people are just rolling the dice with all kinds of cancer.
And they're not caring. It's the 80s.
No, exactly. It's the 80s. They can look at the Tempe, Arizona sunset. That's beautiful. Yeah.
I don't remember much about the movie Vegas Vacation, but I do remember they did live in the desert, right? And
yes.
For sport, didn't they cook eggs on rocks? And for sport, they let out poisonous snakes for the kids to catch. That's the only one. And the only other thing I remember about Vegas Vacation is the gambling place where they did rock, paper, scissors and guess how many numbers are behind my back. Like that's pretty much it from that movie.
This movie's always given me the vibe that Arizona in the desert is not unlike Australia in general, where creatures roam the earth that are potentially lethal. And anywhere you take a step, you might get a shotgun to the face. Because everyone is armed in this movie.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Like, I just love, I don't know, I just love that fight because it's fun and it's chaotic, but it's Looney Tunesy. To like everything's just getting broken and it's a tight space fight scene that plays with its location well. And I like that.
Everything. That's Sonnenfeld, man. Barry Sonnenfeld with those camera angles, the close-ups, the dot shots where the camera's just following people as they go. Sonnenfeld is brilliant, man. Not for nothing, a lot of people copy off of Sonnenfeld because movies did not look like this until Raising Arizona.
And you know what I like too is there's a couple shots, like there's an Evil Dead shot up the ladder. They kind of copy that, but a lot of the other shots are not. I mean, just the way he frames, oh man, what's the little kid's name? Oh man, the fart kid. Buford.
That's Buford.
Yeah, just the way he's framed and the way that they frame, like, the camera's moving. There's a manic energy. I feel now that I think about the Coen brothers, when I think about No Country Old Men, I mean, Deacon shot a beautiful film, but I think wide lens, wide angle, static shots. When I think Fargo, it's more the camera's more dispassionate as well. This one, the camera is a character, and I mean, if we look at Sonnenfeld, right, he did Blood Simple, but then he went and did Throw Mama from the Train, which is a very claustrophobic movie, right?
A dark farce. Yeah. It's a farce. Yeah.
It's so claustrophobic. When you get in the house with that lady, I remember just feeling oppressed with that camera work. Then he did Big. What's great about Big is he did a good job capturing the spirit of a child in Tom Hanks. And then he moved on to When Harry Met Sally. That's another masterclass in editing and shooting and cinematography. And then Miller's Crossing, which you gotta stick with your boys. And then he did Misery, and then he went to Addams Family, dude. He went to Addams Family to direct. Like, he had a big jump. That's successful.
I take a lot of shit from people for saying this, but the Addams Family, part 1 and 2, those are some of the funniest comedies ever.
Oh, dude. Raul
I'm
Julia.
willing to die on that cross. Raul Julia, Angelica Houston, and a young, disturbing Christina Ricci.
Pitch Perfect. Ricci. Christopher Back to the
Lloyd.
Future. Yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Yeah, just excellent. And it's dark, but kids can like it. It's oh man.
It's dark and it nails this FU to the establishment vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are not sellouts, and they will not compromise, and they will potentially murder you, and then laugh about it.
That camp scene, remember the camping? You're really weird, and she's like, yeah. Yes.
That's right.
But it's such a confident move into directing that he made. But just looking through what he's done, just the cinematography that he pulled off. I mean, Misery, you're in a room. And so, you know what's interesting, what a lot of people don't think about, but you have a dinner scene with 12 people. That's a nightmare to shoot because you got to get every single angle at that dinner scene. Misery, he's in a bed. So what angles have we done already? Okay, well, we've done that angle, so now we have to go to this angle. Then we have to use this, and we have to do this, and like build the claustrophobia. Look up at Annie, give her the power, like the dynamics of it. So yeah, just with this movie, just the way, I mean, it has, I think it was heavily, I heard that Nick Cage and the Coen brothers had a decent working relationship, but Nick Cage wanted to add a lot to his character, but the Coens were like, no, this is a Coen brothers movie. So they,
pretty much.
Which is fair though. I mean, but they were new.
And we should be grateful.
Yeah.
But we should be grateful. We've seen movies where Nick Cage. We've seen movies where Nick
been
Cage
off the chain.
Is just given the run of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, really, Nick? Calm down. Nick Cage at the end of the day, not to say he doesn't love acting, but the guy's in it for the money. He's buying castles and paintings of dogs playing poker while they're on the moon. Yeah. He's insane. He's in it for the bread, man. He's not in it necessarily for the art.
He needs to be with, so in Mandy, Yorgos, oh man, I forget Cosmatos.
Yeah.
Yeah. His son did it.
Oh.
Yeah, his son did it. But his son has a vision. And so Nick Cage acted within that vision. Adaptation, Spike Jonze. You're in a Spike Jonze movie. you play that role. Even National Treasure, he played a PG character. He toned it down. But then you watch some of these movies where he's almost exploited as an actor. So you're right. He needs a Coen, not needs, but it's better when he has a Coen brother. It's better when he has, like, I don't think his performance in Face Off is as great as everyone says it is. I really don't.
No. He's doing a bad John Travolta impression. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and I love the movie, and I love that it has a 92% tomato meter score. That blows my mind. But
because the movie's insane.
Yeah, so
that's it.
That was the one American film that John Woo was able to go John Woo with, and so I remember I showed Megan Hard Boiled, and she loves it. That's like one of her favorite action movies now, and I love. But you have babies, you have just the music, then you have his friends at the office, then you have the lady working in the office, and then you get the real like melodramatic scenes, and then just the flying gunfights and the dubs. There's so much personality to it. So Face Off, I think, was kind of that. But I like a reined-in Cage. And if he has a freak out, it needs to be, it doesn't have to be exploitative. And there's none of that in this movie, though. His character in this movie very rarely yells. His character is just very...
He's subdued, and that's what he needs to be. Yeah. But I want to ask you a quick question. So who do you talk to when there's something wrong with your semen?
That guy.
Because it seems like something you should get fixed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because after you have 5 kids and then there's something wrong with your semen, maybe that's why the kid writes fart all over the place. You know what I mean?
It's just that guy is like, squirrely.
Who can we talk to?
Yeah.
Who can we talk to about that?
And she wants another one because the other kids aren't cuddly enough.
They're too big to cuddle, yeah.
It seems like when they get too old to not cuddle anymore, they just go feral.
Exactly.
That was one girl in the Jell-O with an eye bandage.
Mind you don't cut yourself, Mordecai.
Take that diaper off your head. Oh, man. Yeah, but you know what's interesting? He's the foreman at the plant.
Yes.
And she is probably, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what her job is, but I mean, that's a decent, he's the foreman. Like, it's interesting that they were all dressed up, they look nice, but their kids are just absolutely feral.
Indeed. Well, this is about the end of the time in America where you could have a factory job that could pay for a family of 7. Because nowadays, not only are those jobs rare, but they're all done by robots. So, he feels like he's BMOC, big man on campus at this point. I'm the boss. And I tell Polak jokes. Like, don't do that, dude. You're a bad person. You're a bad person.
You just reminded me. Another great moment of HI listening is when he's at the plant and he's just drilling holes. And there's one guy who never works and just smacks gum.
Emmett Walsh.
Yeah, Emmett Walsh. And Emmett Walsh is like, yeah, there's Ricky. You mean Ricky Johnson? No, Ricky down at the other thing. That guy's an idiot. So he's even listening then. Nick Cage is drilling, drilling holes. And he's listening to this story, and he knows the different names of the people that this guy's telling him.
And give credit to Emmett Walsh for bringing out one of the things that movies need. Because one thing that you always got when you watch movies on WPIX Channel 11, New York City, was cool replacements for vulgar language. So do the right thing. Do the right thing. Radio Raheem, he wanted 20 D batteries, Mickey Ficky.
Yeah.
And so Emmett Walsh, no. Not that mother scratcher.
Yep.
So what do you think, man? What are some cool replacements for harsh language, man?
Okay, so
that's what movies need.
So I heard one, I forget where I heard it from, but like you group of mother effers, you punk bunch of suckers. Like
Punk bunch of suckers is so brilliant, man. And there's the always classic HE double hockey sticks.
Yeah.
So that's visual.
So there was another, I was listening to Used Cars commentary or Home Alone. Razza, frazza, fricka, frack it, dag it, do it, dog it, dog it, do it.
Razza frackin'. Yeah, that's a Samuel. Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, razza,
frackin'.
Oh man, but in Used Cars, they had that big swearing scene, but then they shifted it to some guys like, oh crap, or, I don't know, I forget what it is, but they had a really weird edit. They're like, whatever, we're having fun. But no, I mean, like mother scratchers, punk, because you say it fast, punk bunch of suckers.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Yeah. Because, well, I don't want to say it on the thing, but you can either draw up.
It's okay.
You can say it quickly. Well, you can't really say that quickly, can you? Like Samuel L. Jackson, when he says it, he's not.
Bunch of suckers?
Yeah.
How'd that sound?
Yeah, that was
suckers?
quick. Yeah.
It's rough, right? It's close.
Because or you could really draw it out, mother, or
Punk bunch of suckers.
or was that? I don't think it's appropriate nowadays, but in Rookie of the Year, funky butt loving.
Yeah, probably not.
Did he say funky butt loving? That was in the trailer.
Next question for you. This is the interview portion now of the podcast. Next question for you. Do you actually have some jammies with Yodas and shit on them? Because I do.
I have jammies, but I don't have any Yodas. I have no Yoda jammies.
Dude, God bless her, my mother Eula. She always sends me a box from America to Korea. And the box that she sent me contained not one, but two Star Wars related silken feeling polyester blend jammies.
Oh.
One of them featured pictures of Return of the Jedi with Lando Calrissian, and the other one was just pictures of Baby Yoda in his pram. I actually have jammies with Yodas and shit on them.
Oh, that is amazing. I used to say that line. So my manager Janie at AMC, she did our Session 9 episode on Movies, Films, and Flakes. She and I used to say that all the time about Baby Yodas. Like, I don't know why. Like, it didn't have nothing to do with anything. Like, oh, well, they have little Yodas and shit. Oh, what a great. Oh, man. That guy, his line readings were so good in this movie. Just when he has to deal with, when Trey Wilson has to deal with the rider of the apocalypse, Leonard Smalls, he's not really backing down from him. He knows his game.
Zero intimidation. Zero.
He knows his game. He just hates him. But he also realizes you don't mess with this guy. I'll give you your 50 G's, but I hate you.
Yeah. And my favorite thing about Nathan Arizona is not just that he's not intimidated. He's very concerned about footprints on his furniture and total domination at the workplace.
Yeah,
okay.
He is.
Total, okay? These people wouldn't piss on a fire if I didn't tell them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He, in the words of Eric B. and Rakim, he ain't no joke. Nathan Arizona. Rest in peace to Trey Wilson. Died in 1989, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was going to be in their next movie that they had coming out with Miller's Crossing, I believe he was going to be in. And I just loved, but it's also interesting though, because characters like that, they never, at the end he lets them go. And he's like, listen, he's like, remember, I love when H.I. is like, yeah, we're kind of selfish and we don't really think about other things and we're not really good together. He's like, well, you guys brought the kid back. Like, I see something in there. And then he's talking about his wife. He's just saying, I don't know what I would do without her. And it's just it's a weird thing. There's no pure evil in this movie. And didn't Leonard Smalls also have a Roadrunner tattoo? Not Roadrunner, Woody Woodpecker tattoo?
I think Leonard Smalls did have the same Woody Woodpecker tattoo, in addition to the baby booties that he carries around. Yeah. And the tattoo that says, Mama didn't love me.
Yeah.
So Leonard Smalls has a lot of untapped, is it pathos? Is that the correct word?
Yeah, pathos, ethos.
He's got a lot. He's got a lot of darkness in him that he's trying to deal with, And the fact that he brings up the fact that during his time in the 40s or 50s, even he was a cute baby worth $30,000, which was a lot of time in that era.
Yeah.
His childhood factors a lot into what he has to deal with. And for what it's worth, he doesn't kill the baby either, even though he puts it on the front of his motorcycle, which is insane.
Yeah.
But it's not true. Nobody's trying to kill the baby, not even Leonard Smalls, man.
Oh, yeah. And that shot of the baby booties is about 14 seconds long, and I love it. And
it's brilliant.
And there's another thing I was thinking about with this movie where, first of all, Nick Cage in movies that feature him in like a white wife beater, for lack of a better term, tank top. I guess that's an antiquated phrase, but we said it for our entire lives. Kiss of Death, Con Air, and Raising Arizona with his tank tops. Mm-hmm. I mean, three excellent films right there. But also, when you look at his career, so he's in prison. His 3 blockbusters in a row are, he did The Rock, prison, Con Air, prison, Face Off, escapes of prison. And then you have a motorcyclist from hell, because he has powers, Leonard Small. He can disappear. So think about that. Ghost Rider, Drive Angry. Yeah. He's coming from hell. And then you have, he's a thief, Matchstick Men. There's a couple other movies that I forget. And then kind of a sensitive guy was like, he goes with an opposite. So he's with a cop, he's a criminal. Valley Girl. like that kind of
Right,
life.
right.
And then you also
Right.
have, I don't know, I wrote a note, but you see my notes, they look horrible. But yeah, there's a lot of his
Good
later
luck.
career in this character. National Treasure, he's a thief. So
Yes.
it's, but he's a good thief. In Matchstick Men, he doesn't fleece people horribly too. He gets played.
Right.
Huh.
Right.
And he's a criminal in Con Air, but he's a good criminal. He's a good guy.
There is nothing more American than the criminal and or hooker with a heart of gold, man.
Leaving
That's
Las
what it is.
Vegas.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. You know, he is a guy who is always searching to fill that hole inside him with something, you know, even that part in the movie in the beginning, you know, after he finds out that Ed is barren and his seed cannot find purchase on her rocky insides. I found myself driving by convenience stores again, not even on the way home.
Yeah.
Because it's an addiction for him, man. It's what he uses to fill that hole inside of himself.
I like that they don't ditch it immediately too. I like that they keep him wanting to steal. And
Yeah.
and also, I just want to tell you something really quick. There's really no research for this movie. There's none. There's no commentaries, but I found a really old interview where Nick Cage is interviewed. They didn't even say what it was for. But his first meeting with the Coen brothers, the first thing they talked about was model rockets because he had yellow paint on his shoe. So he went through a phase in the 80s where he was building model rockets and shooting them and blowing up. He had paint on his shoe, and that's what he talked about the Coen brothers. And then he's like, oh, did the Coen brothers build model rockets? He's like, no. And then he flew to New York because they didn't think his regional accent was that good. And so he had to keep trying. And then he said that he thought being with babies was bizarre because they're sort of aliens because they're not people yet. And he complained about the stage mothers because there's 14 babies used in this movie. And
Yes.
I can attest. I worked on over 150 sets.
Right.
And I had to deal with a lot of parents. And they're cool at first, but almost every single one of it becomes rough towards the end. Like their stage parents are a very interesting breed. So I felt for him when he was talking about that. And then just one more thing that I found. Let's see. Oh, he said that when he was younger, the movie was very Super 8 to him. And so he told Joel and Ethan, because he used to shoot Super 8, so did the Coens, that he would just tell them, guys, like, this is a Super 8 movie. We're making a Super 8 movie. And I think that's a neat way.
So it's going to be crazy, right?
That's a neat way to explain it because, I don't know. And I got to tell you, for a second film, this is a very assured second film. And what I like to it wasn't, okay, so some of these directors who they make an indie, then they'll go do a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I think they succeed because the producers and the machinery, like you're placed inside of an already working, you're placed inside Big Ben. The clock is going to tick.
Right. Right.
Regardless.
This is where you are. This is your job. Do it.
And for their second film, this is them. Like this is
Exactly.
It lived and failed with them. It wasn't heavily produced. It wasn't overly controlled. But I think they just got. I mean, they knew Frances McDormand, Oscar winner. They knew Holly Hunter, who should have won an Oscar.
A lot of
Nick Cage, who had already had Valley Girl and some experience under his belt. I mean, just character actor galore before any of them were really that big. And I think that's more impressive. This movie to me, all right, you can call me crazy, you can call me insane, but this movie to me is more impressive than a director stepping up and making a $150 Marvel tentpole, because those Marvel tentpoles have an excellent DP, they have fight choreographers, they have second unit, they have producers, they have the best producers in the world, and they have money. That movie didn't have this, and it still turned out to be a highly rewatchable. You go through a Coen Brothers top 10 list, and if this isn't in their top 10, you're wrong.
That person's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
That person's completely wrong, and you're flat wrong.
And there's
there's what's right, and there's what's right, and never the twain shall meet. You are wrong. I'm sorry.
And it's subjective, right? But you're wrong.
Yes. You're wrong.
I'm very open to lists. I don't care. You know what's interesting, Norbert? You put out a list, and I love 9 out of the 10 movies. I'll be like, well, I don't like number 7. Or that should have been number 1. But if you think about it, 150 movies came out this year that could plausibly be in top 10 lists. So for you and I to have the same top 10, 1 through 10, that would be astronomically impossible, right? It would not work. But if you and I pick 5 of the same movies, whoa, we got common ground. Like, that's more rare than what it should have been. But yeah, people always complain. Sorry, I had to go off on that. Yeah.
No, that's fine, man. This movie's about the salad days, baby. That's what he said. It's about the salad days. And this movie represents the salad days of the Coens. They wrote it, they directed it. This is their vision. And this is I love Fargo. I love No Country. This is the one Coen film that I watch on a regular basis. Period. Full stop.
I just don't want to watch Fargo a lot. I love No Country, but I don't want to watch that a lot.
No.
Okay, let's do somewhere on the. So let's cover some of their movies here. Let's do something. Let's do a draft. We'll put this on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook. You can have first pick. Pick whatever you want. Pretentiousness doesn't matter. You can take this movie. So you'll pick 5. You'll do 1. I'll do 1, and we'll pick 5 out of their 18 movies. So you get first pick, Norbert.
All righty. Clearly, as I just said, man, raised in Arizona.
R.A. All right. I will. Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh gosh. I'm already having a hard time, and I haven't even done one yet. Because you look through them, you shouldn't even look through their movies because you'll never make a decision.
Done deal.
All right, I gotta do No Country. I like Fargo, but I'm doing No Country. That hit me harder.
Okay. I'm going Hudsucker.
Oh yeah.
Because Hudsucker, you get that Ernest Tim Robbins character that he plays so well.
Oh, so good.
I'm going Hudsucker.
All right, you got the Huds. Oh man. No one even likes that movie, but I love it. And there's Bigelow. I don't care. If I lose this, I don't give a shit. I love Burn After Reading. I think Burn After Reading is a slept-on movie because it is weird. Have you seen that movie? I
have not. I have not. I'm looking at it now. It's got Malkovich and McDormand and Pitt. Jesus.
This movie. That's gotta be good. This movie. Tilda Swinton. It's weird, Norbert. It gets. There's things that happen that you just don't see happening. And Brad Pitt plays a wonderful idiot in it. It's just a fantastic, weird film. So I'm going to say Burn After Reading for my number 2. And yes, I know that there's other movies that are better or more popular, but I'm doing that. I don't care.
Okay. Then that leaves me with Lebowski.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
Ties the room together. What? Oh gosh! Shut up, Donnie. You're out of your league. Oh man. Oh man.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
I'm gonna. Oh gosh, because I mean, one of us has to take Blood Simple or Barton Fink, right? Like that has but
honestly, I'll be real with you. Barton Fink, not a bad movie, but again, not something that I'm gonna watch over and over again.
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna.
Since we're just basing on what we'd watch over and over again, I'm taking Hail Caesar because it just I think it's really funny, and I like that the writers want to be the communists because they don't make much I love that idea. So I'm taking Hail Caesar.
Then, unfortunately for you, brother, my last choice is Oh Brother.
Oh wait, you got one more after this, so you've won completely.
All right, so I'm taking Oh Brother because I am a man of constant sorrow. You want to fall down a good YouTube hole? Watch people do covers of that.
Oh gosh, the color grading too. They wanted to shoot in a Dust Bowl type area, but when they went to go shoot, it was all green, so they had to do digital color correction, which was one of the first. Beautiful. Roger Deakins.
My man, you watch people do covers of this song, and you see it'll be one guy sitting in a bathroom. The next video will be 40 people playing instruments at the same time, and everybody has just this pain. Oh God, it'll give you chills, man. Constant sorrow in her. Oh my! Look, and right now I can't. Woo! I love that song, man.
Since you're doing music, I'm going Inside Llewyn Davis because I love the song with JT and Adam Driver and JT. I think that Oscar Isaac is pitch perfect in it. It's good. I think it's so visually iconic to me. People are I'm really going new. Listen, man. I love Barton Fink. I just don't want to watch it all the time. Like I can't.
Neither do I.
I've watched all their movies, and I just don't like putting together lists because I want to win. I just rather put together lists that I don't know. I just feel in the moment. So
stuff you get a vibe from, man. Stuff you get a vibe from. I definitely agree.
You got your last pick here.
All right, and the final one is True Grit because that movie's awesome.
Oh yeah, and that won. Oh no, that didn't win him his Oscar because he won for Crazy Horse. but he was really good in that. Oh,
Jeff,
man, I love that movie.
Bridges, my friend. Nails it.
All right, so True Grit. All right, so we have Miller's Crossing. We have Barton Fink. Oh, Serious Man. That's a sleeper. That's really good. That's a really good movie. The Man Who Wasn't There.
Right. There are no bad ones.
Oh, man. My boy, Billy Bob Thornton, who I worked with on Jane Mansell's Car. He's like my favorite actor. Just working on set-wise. Just super. Did I tell you that story? Did I tell you how cool he was?
Break it down.
Man, all right. I'll just tell a quick story. So I was a stand-in on a movie called Jane Mansell's Car with Robert Duvall, John Hurt, Ray Stevenson. I was Punisher stand-in. Kevin Bacon, Robert Patrick, huge cast.
Nice.
One day, one of the stand-ins was just having a bad day. So I don't know why, but Billy Bob went. He's a director, writer, producer, star of this movie. He goes and sits down with them for 20 minutes during the off time. Just talks to him about, hey man, I got my start as a stand-in. I had to lay in a puddle. He's like, but I kept working out. I kept watching. The good thing about stand-ins are treated horribly on set because you just have to be there. You have to stand there for a half hour at a time without moving. If you're not there right when they call you, second team. If you're not there, it's not pretty.
That sucks.
But if you just if you're like Antonio Banderas from 13th Warrior and you just watch and listen, you will learn a lot about framing and shooting and lighting. And so, but he sat down with this dude for 20 minutes and just said, hey, it's tough. But okay, I've been on movies where no one's around, and I'm somehow it's me and the director and the first AD, and I'm sending two big name actors into a scene, and no one else is around. I don't know what happened. Where's the rest of the crew? I don't know where they are. I'm running around. I got these two big actors. This isn't this movie. This is another one. And then the director just looks at me and goes, "That's enough. Get out of here." It's a life sucker, dude. And so for him to sit down and do that meant a lot to me in regards to just being, he's cool. So I'm a big fan of Billy Bob and Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton's like the coolest guy.
R.I.P. God, Bill. R.I.P. Just the champion.
Now I'm gonna pick this one because I don't think enough people talk about it, and I'm gonna say The Ballad of Buster Scruggs because that was my favorite. I think that was my favorite movie of 2018. It is weird and violent and lyrical and, what's interesting? Everything always goes the wrong way, so it becomes a little bit predictable. It's supposed to be nihilistic, but you eventually learn, oh, this is going to be bad. But it's just a well-shot, interesting film. I mean, there's a really great scene with Tim Blake Nelson in it. Tom Waits, I believe, has a great one. So it's
Tim Blake Nelson's the star of that one, right?
Yeah, well, in the beginning he is.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has a funky musical number, and it's a good picture. So that's my fifth one. So you have Raising Arizona, Hudsucker Proxy, Big Lebowski, Oh Brother, and True Grit. I have No Country for Old Men, Burn After Reading, Hail Caesar, Inside Llewyn Davis, and Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
I mean, good luck, brother. You know.
I'm telling Burn After Reading. I can't believe they made it because there's some surprises in that movie that you're just what. I'm excited to hear your thoughts, actually, for you to watch it, because it's nuts. It's Brad Pitt's crazy in it. So I was doing an article about how much Brad Pitt eats in every movie, and I had to watch it to get all the calories, and then I was like, this is amazing, so I just went and bought it. It's so good.
Well, Brad Pitt crazy is always a good look, man.
12 Monkeys!
Yeah.
Right?
Period. Stop.
Oscar nomination. People sleep on Pitt. I really think they do.
Listen, it's because he did spend a long time being I'm shirtless romantic drama movie, not even rom-com. Just Legends. You want to see naked? You want to stare into my blue eyes?
Interview with the Vampire.
Did you know that I'm from Kentucky? And it's just okay, Brad. I get it, but he's got range. Mm-hmm. He's got talent, and he's never being just Brad Pitt in a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Liam Neeson is basically just Liam Neeson.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no, go ahead. That's okay. What were you
No. I'm sorry. So I blur stuff out. Moneyball. Watch him in Moneyball. He's not Brad Pitt. He's the coach.
Yes, an incredibly handsome coach.
Yeah.
Who no one in Major League Baseball has ever looked like in the century of baseball. But he's a coach nonetheless.
Yeah. It's just the dude has range, and I think, man, I think you're gonna like it. It's a weird one, and I'm excited to hear your thoughts, because...
Will do, man. Will do.
Johnny Numb, who's a big fan of yours, Norbert.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny, Norbert loves you.
He loves Burn After Reading, too. So one day we got into a gift battle of just all the gifts of Brad Pitt in that movie. And it was fun. It was like the best day. I'm like, yeah, I get to put a Burn After Reading gif of Brad Pitt up. I should just go make more. But
it sounds
It's a weird one, man. It's
Sounds really good.
just John Malkovich punching Brad Pitt in the face. Like, it's just
Oh my God. Wow. That is actually something that I need to see. I'm going to hang up from this Skype right now and go, that's
Norbert?
incredible.
Norbert, where are you?
Wow. Malkovich has got a hell of a right cross.
So, before we get out of here, like, what are some of your other, like, what haven't we touched on with Raising Arizona? I mean, actually, like, give me your 3 favorite moments. What are your 3 favorite moments of Raising Arizona?
Okay. Well, fart.
Yes.
Where he just launches hard candy at his son. Think fast. That is brilliant.
That's a triple gag. No, it's a quadruple gag.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on. Crawdad brother, who when there was no meat, he ate fowl.
You ate sand? And he didn't say it mean either. He said, you ate sand?
He was genuinely concerned that this guy ate sand. Genuinely concerned. And my number 3 favorite moment in this movie is just H.I. and Edwina getting that speech from Nathan Arizona telling him, hey, man, maybe you shouldn't actually break up, because even though you kidnapped my child, I see that there's good in you. That is insane. But that is an insane moment that just totally gives you, you know what, maybe humanity does have some hope. Maybe I can't actually believe in people.
Tears welled up. They really did today. They welled up when that speech. It's so crazy. But this movie has heart, too. And that's hard.
It's such a beautiful idea that these people can just steal your child, bring them back, and then you actually give them a moment to hang out with them and don't call the cops on them, because you realize, well, damn, these people just wanted something to love. And I went through that. Mm-hmm. We were trying like hell, and I went through that too. So instead of me throwing the book at them legally, which I am totally within my rights to do, I'm going to say, you know what? Don't get divorced. Keep doing the horizontal mambo, and eventually a baby might come out.
And that joke, it caught up to us. And boy, did it catch up to us.
You know it did. I would also like to give a shout out to Leonard Smalls, who smokes backwoods, it seems, because I did not smoke backwoods the way he did. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's all I want to say about that. And I would just like to point out that the reason why movies look like they do and the way comedies are the way they are today, I can trace it back to this movie. In the same way that the dialogue in action movies changed after Aliens and Die Hard. Mm-hmm. This is one of the movies that changed the way dialogue is in quote-unquote Americana type films, where people are not from either California or New York. This is how Americans sound. This is one of the movies that define that, and the way that comedy should look in a weird Tex Avery, Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes vibe. This movie brings that to the table, man. If you've never seen Raised in Arizona, get your ass to Moss. It's time to watch this now. It's a brilliant movie.
So good. I think one of my things is I love when Holly Hunter just goes, I love him so much. She just busts out in that car. That's hard.
She's been holding that in for years. Yeah.
That's not easy to act. That comes out of nowhere. Just nowhere where she busts that out. And there's son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. They wanted her specifically for this. And I got to write fart. I got to bring up the fart moment. I absolutely love that. I love the Dr. Spock's gag with the baby book that just keeps getting grabbed from person to person.
Babies need instructions, bro.
Yep.
Babies need instructions.
All right. So then let's see. I got that. And then, there's so many things here. The little baby Yodas. Oh no. Okay. When he's talking about Leonard Smalls.
Yeah.
At the end, and he kind of dresses like a rock star.
Yeah, he dresses.
I don't know why that's so funny, but I just, that's hilarious. He kind of dresses like a rock star.
For all you kids listening to the podcast, if you Google 80s rock star, you will find that he's pretty close to accurate. He's dressed like a hairband dude mixed with a Fist of the North Star villain who's just wearing those football pads for no reason. But he was also a football player. He's also dead, by the way, that guy.
Boxer, too. And he was in Ernest Goes to Jail.
He's insane. And he was like one of those people like Billy from Predator. Like, he was crazy in real life, too.
The Coen brothers said he was less of a person and more of a force of nature.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think they want to work with him again. So they.
His character used a grenade to murder a bunny rabbit. So, yeah, dark
Beautiful.
guy.
Beautiful.
Dark guy.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up, man. It kind of rekindled my love of this film. Oh man, I love this movie. So I'm glad that we got to fawn over it. We did a lot more than fawn over it because this could have been my top 200 moments from Raising Arizona podcast. Number 200. This number 199. That.
Oh man, the movie's deeper than that, man. The movie is a standard bearer for the way comedies should look and the speed of the jokes, the way it should progress, and the fact that this is not a laugh track movie. This is a movie where if you're paying attention, you can't just put this movie on in the background. In other words,
no, you can't. There's so much, and you'd be doing a disservice. I think after you've given it a close watch, then it's a perfect background watch. But
and it's not long.
Yeah. This Hot Fuzz, and you know what I like too? I like Hot Fuzz, but it just goes through the standard tropes on purpose. It plays with the tropes on purpose. But it's still
being ironic, being quote unquote ironic, yeah.
But it still follows all those tropes that you're just like, oh yeah, he's gonna leave. Yeah. This one doesn't really have that. So they steal the baby. No cops ever chase them with the baby. They don't drive off a cliff together. They're not holding hands. They are having a nice existence. There's no, his friends take the baby, but then that's treated so they start loving the baby, and then the other guy gets the baby. But it's not. This movie flies by because it's not. There's so much drama, action. It's fun. It's great. It's rewatchable, but it also just doesn't have. That's why it's so rewatchable. I think it's
it's character driven. It's not plot driven. And when that chase for the diapers happens in the middle, it's a pleasant surprise because it's absurd. And the fact that the guy who hits him with a truck during that car chase doesn't drive off, but lets him actually get in the car and helps him out.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, there's a whole other class of human being that exists in this movie, man. Everyone is generally good. And then even H.I., in his constant struggles, he's got some small beefs with the government too, man. You know?
He does, yeah.
Says straight up, it wasn't easy with that son of a bitch Reagan in the White House. You know, they say he's a decent man, but I don't know. Maybe his advisors are confused. Like, they take little jabs at the government all the time. You know, he gets his paycheck at the end of the week. Taxes sure do take a bite, doesn't she? It's just all these little things that give you the sense that it's not that this dude has not been trying. He is trying, but he cannot get over the hump no matter what he does. Just quote unquote forces conspire against him. So he's trying to live. It's a brilliant movie, man.
And this is one of my top 5 Cage performances too, I would say. I don't know if I could put together a list right now, but I mean, top of my head, adaptation.
Okay.
Let's see, adaptation. This. So adaptation, Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
I love him in Mandy, but I don't know how much Mandy. Like, that's more style. I don't know how much that is of his performance.
Okay.
I'll do this real quick. Let's see. He's good in Joe too. Oh, Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, National Treasure, because he really reins it in. And
is that 5?
I got 4. One left. I mean, I think, you know what I like about his character in Con Air is he doesn't have to fight those guys, and he kills them. He doesn't have to kill them.
No.
And then when he's on the plane, that guy's like, "What are you looking at, country boy?" He's like, "Wow, I'm admiring your cage." Like, he's talking shit to all these. Like, he doesn't. And remember the guard? He's like. That guard, he's like, "I'm gonna get that picture back from you," and he's gonna do it. Like,
he will.
He's got a very interesting. Oh, Wild at Heart. Well,
okay,
Moonstruck.
I got my list, bro. It is this movie, and in a controversial bid, the sequel to Ghost Rider. I am going Face Off, and then I'm going Leaving Las Vegas. And finally, I think the movie's it's either 8mm or Snake Eyes.
Well, so there's both. The 8mm we're watching Tape, and then the Vegas one's the De Palma where he's at the boxing match.
Okay, I am going.
Remember he finds that snuff film?
Yes. Okay, I'm going the one with the snuff film, 8mm.
And he's really good in Valley Girl. You liked that 8mm?
It was because it was I was in a place where I need.
Remember he does that?
Yeah, exactly.
He bites his knuckle.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's when he was just full. Nick, ready? You're appalled. And action.
Oh, A lot of knuckle eating in that
Exactly.
movie.
Knuckle eating. Exactly. That's why I'm there. Because that is Nicolas Cage almost going full Nicolas Cage,
Ooh,
but they still got him on a bit of a leash.
Kick-Ass and Adam West. That's a good performance right there.
I'm replacing 8mm. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, this is a deep, dark hole we're going down here, man. But hey, thank you so much for joining me, man. This was great.
Yes, sir. I always love it, and I love you all.
Johnny Num says hi.
Hey.
So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Norbert Morvan, this is Movie Stones and Flicks. We'll see you next week.
Watch yourself on that glass, Mordecai.